Hello everyone, my name is Mohamad Chamma. I'm studying architecture in OKAN20f, doing my PhD under the major of architecture. Today we're talking about the class of sustainable planning in architecture. My project, I'm discussing the subject of creation of sustainable architecture by use of transformable smart building skins. Here we go, we're talking about the introduction. Transformable architecture units can be used in order to control the environmental condition inside of a building. They can either be controlled by any operator when it's required, or they may interactively moderate the environmental condition of the architecture in terms of light, humidity, and heat. Most of the transformable buildings are operated manually or automatically by means of driving system, and they are usually transformed from a fully developing configurations to a fully recorded state. Here we're talking about 8 case studies from all over the world. We're discussing the ecological criteria, the location, year, total area, transportation, field building, water usage, and the waste recycling with the energy efficacy of each project. Here we continue the case studies about diversity, noise pollution, wind comfort, the shadows, sun, the hard ground accessibilities, and the project images of each project. And they aim to understand what each project, how they deal with the sustainability. The first one was transformable Muto's house by the weather. The second project was by the space transformable like rapid development structure. The second with the third one, the H by application control. And number four were the structures make of the resource. Number six, generations by the power. Seven, construction practice. And finally, the last one by leadership in energy and environmental design. After making comparison between 8 case studies, there were similar criteria taking in consideration in this example like field usage, building usage, water usage, waste recycling management, energy efficiency, renewable energy usage, sun, shadows, biodiversity, wind comfort, accessibility. After this comparison of all this project, we got in a conclusion, and it's talking about intelligent architecture has been developed rapidly in the recent years. I thought research and development work in this important area of the architecture is still in infancy. The examinations of this existing project and the build examples reveal the great advantage that architecture can gain from smart structure technology. Intelligent transformable architecture is capable of reacting to and interacting with the users and anticipate and adapt to behavioral patterns. This paper showed that intelligent skins and materials, separately or with the combination of movable structure, can be help the designers in the realizations of more sustainable building. Shit. After making comparison between 8 case studies, there was a similar criteria taking in consideration in the examples like field users, building users, water users, water recycling management, energy efficiency, renewable energy usage, sun, shadows, biodiversity, wind comfort, accessibility. The conclusion after this research and comparisons between 8 studies, intelligent architectures have been developed rapidly in this recent years. Although research and development work in this important area of the architecture still in efficiency, the examination of the existing project and the building example reveal the great advantage that architecture can gain from smart structures technology. This paper shows the intelligent skins and materials separately or with the combination of movable structure can help designers in the realizations of more sustainable building. After making comparison between the case studies, there was similar criteria taking in consideration in this examples like field users, building users, water users, waste recycling management, energy efficiency, renewable energy usage, sun, shadows, biodiversity, wind comfort, accessibilities. The conclusion after making this case studies comparison, intelligent architecture has been developed rapidly in the recent years. Although research and development work in this important area of the architectures is still in the vacancy, the examination of the existing project and the build examples reveal the great advantage that architectures can gain from smart structure technology. This paper showed that intelligent skins and the materials separately or with the combination of movable structures can help designers in realization of more sustainable buildings. About the methodology, after defining the main idea of the smart building and classify the main criteria, it should take all the results into consideration during design smart building or transformable smart building skins. Our location is located in Beirut, the capital of Lebanon. Beirut is the largest capital city of Lebanon. As 2014, Great Beirut has pollution of 2.2 million, which make the third largest city in the Levant region and it's the third largest in the Arab world. The city is situated on peninsula at the midpoint of Lebanon Mediterranean coast. The area is 19.8 kilometers, metropolitan area is 67 kilometers, weather is 13 degrees, wind Y at 35 kilometers and 68% for humidity. Local time, it was Tuesday at 10:38. Populations of 2.2 million, which make it the third largest city in the Levant regions of the third largest city in the Arab world. Methodology after defining the main idea of the smart building and classify the main criteria, it should take all the results in consideration during the design of smart building or transformable smart building scheme. We move to the location. Our location is Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon. Beirut is the capital largest city of Lebanon population by 2.2 million, which is make the third largest city in the Levant region and the third one in Arab world. Lebanon's area is 19.8 kilometers, metropolitan area is 67 kilometers, the weather 13, the humidity is 68, and the local time 10:38. Population 2 million, as we mentioned, which is make the Levant region and the 13 largest in the Arab world. Here we go, specific location, St. George Hotel, which is located in the heart of Beirut. St. George Hotel, surrounded by Mediterranean Sea and Zaytuna Bay with many chain of the fancy restaurants. The proposal of this hotel, the St. George Hotel, used the program of the pre-war Market Square as a model to recreative and active meetings and memorial spaces where active programs, public spaces, circulation, economy activities are all woven into space to ensure. This volume on the upper level allow the visitors to see out from a vantage point using the Battle of the Hotels, the context of a new high-rise hotels, central district of Beirut, Old Walk and Zaytuna Bay. They are shifted, grief forces to the hotel's rooms and the angle towards the amazing view and the sea away from what was coastline but is now in Zaytuna Bay. In this slide, we can see transformable of Beirut maps since 1996 until reaching now 2020s and central district of Lebanon of Beirut. Tangier Hotel is located in the heart of Beirut, from the left side connected with the Mediterranean Sea and surrounded by Zaytuna Bay and big chain of restaurant and five-star hotel. The hotel in Lebanon is a landmark building built in the late 1920s through the Parisian architect. He came to Beirut to design this building with Antoine Tabet. The building was severely damaged during the Lebanese War. The plan of the hotel was organized around an open-air courtyard under which is found the kitchen, located there to avoid the harsh sun, while serving both the restaurant and the terrace outside. As we mentioned before, the St. George hotels and have a problem with the politicals non-insure since 2015. And after research about this hotel, the municipality of Lebanon mentioned that we can do only restoration for this building because it stayed as a monument. Research of the project and the proposal into a complex history of the post-war reconstruction and the production of space in Beirut through the comparisons of two post-destruction reconstruction projects. Here we go about the central districts with the map of changing with the time to reaching since the 60s until 2020, our time now, and Beirut development. Here we're reaching the design concept after studying the location and understand the project and understand the location strategy as it's close to the Mediterranean Sea and having an amazing view corners and connecting with the study and aim of this project to prove the creation of sustainable architecture by use of transformable small building scheme, decide to work on explorations of the transformable shading system. Here we're having some pictures about the shadings that which I choose for a cover this hotel, and this is the picture that we can see. In order to seek the new solution to mediate between internal and external condition of the building, the design of the building envelope are gradually shifting from static of dynamic, adaptable shading system not only to optimize environmental performance but also to add an aesthetic and through, as we see in the pictures, the perspective, the sections, and the plan of the shading system that we choose triangle tessellation and parametric design can prograde the new standards in the building envelope. Furthermore, transformable building envelope can features mass customize of geometric and shading. We talk about the initial design development. The transformable shading system is to be applied into St. George Hotel. The most prominent features is to curving classing from the imply of freedom of free following open space through the interior volume. Our solution fulfied the objective of this project by allowing simple models with a complex movement to create gradient patterns while modulation between transparency and opaquency due the transformability. The interior conditions should be valued equally to the exterior. Minimalistic shapes that when multiplied to create a myriad of pattern, and they can promise of integrate of the light, the shadows as we see the figure 2, and also maintaining static firm and moving the solid along the frame edge to play the light within a frame is an unique experience and shadows as we're gonna see with the next figure 3 and 4. Here we go, we can see two figure 3 and 4, which is closed and open, and the figure 3 we can see the structure while it's closed, and the figure 4 we can see a close-up about the design, a structure, what we choose for the shading system to transfer our building from a normal to a sustainable building and smart. Here we're talking about digital literation, exploration, focusing, and movement. Exploration during the process were focused mainly on the movement, the pattern making through parametric design. Software such as Reno and Grass for simulation was tested to recognize different configuration. And also this application, the tools were used to digitally animate the various transformation of the shading system with the first iterations as we can see before with the slides and the figure 5 showing alternative and the slides along the front and the back side of the frame. See the different figuration between 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The rotation is changing with the lights and colors as we have mentioned before. Here we go. After the structures, we can see before our hotel, before the restorations, and after we choose the shading systems to cover all the hotels after by adding some structures. Here we go. We see the Hotel St. George with the map and the road direction of the hotel. Here we talk about the lobby and the restaurant and the plan of the first and the second floor and the organizations of the furnitures during the plans and the mezzanine of the project. We go about the quick sections of the ground floor and transfer and adding garden to the ground floors to be adding the sustainable designs and make it more diversity for the project. Here we go. We see a sections about the project totally between the plans and the plans ground floors and the first floors And like this, we can end our case studies. I hope you enjoyed the presentations and it will be helpful for everyone. Thank you so much.